Our first guest tonight is a great comedian, actor, and smoker from Boston with a new show about the military. You can watch the season finale of Going Dutch tomorrow night on Fox. Please welcome Denis Leary. How are you?
Standing ovation.
I haven't seen you in a long time. I think it's exciting to see you in LA.
I was just talking to your son backstage.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yeah, which is, I mean, he's 31.
He is.
He has
31.
kids now, right?
No, not yet, not yet.
Unless
he hasn't told me, unless there's something important he hasn't mentioned.
But I was shocked to find out from the staff that it's been almost 10 years since I was on the show.
You don't come out here that much, right?
I come out here all the time.
Oh. It's weird, because we will
Did you ban me from the show?
Well, it would seem not.
It's just weird, because we text all the time.
Yeah, and I guess if you're here, you don't mention that to me. But it's okay. Maybe next time you will let me know. Now, you were raised Catholic. I was just talking to Guillermo about Lent, and he's given up, I don't know if you heard, he's given up beer, but not tequila.
Smart move. Yes. He's trying to lose weight.
He's trying to lose weight, which is not necessarily the spirit of giving something up for Lent. But do you do that? Are you a guy who gives things up for this period of time?
Yes. So when I was like 14, I gave up Lent for Lent. And that was the beginning of a big disagreement between me and the Catholic Church.
Is that right? Oh,
yeah. I think.
You're not there on Sunday anymore?
No. Oh, God, no.
How deep into it were you?
Well, you know, I was an altar boy, right?
Okay, I was too. Yeah.
Yeah. So you were an altar boy for 7 years, right?
That's right. I was. Yeah.
I was an altar boy for 7 days. and then I got excommunicated, supposedly.
Wait, what do you mean?
Okay, so here. For people who aren't Catholics, and Jimmy can back me up on this. So the reason to become, first of all, it's just astonishing to me that you did it for 7 years.
It was a long time, yeah.
Yeah, that's since what time? What age were you when you started?
I didn't know what the retirement age was. I just kept going and going and going.
But
I was young when I think I was like 9 when I started.
Okay, that's pretty young.
Pretty young,
and so you stopped when you were 16?
I stopped, when I was 16, yeah. They said, you know what?
Didn't it dawn on you when you were like 14, like it's not cool anymore to be an altar boy?
They told me, they said, well, it was never cool. They said, if you're here one more year, you're technically a priest. So I needed to leave.
I can't.
Why did you do it?
So here's the thing. So my older brother and I always shared a room together. First in an apartment that we lived in, and then my parents moved to a ranch house where my mom still lives, and we were in the basement there. So my brother and I were always like, we did everything together. We all went to the same school, everybody in the neighborhood, the same school for 12 years, same nuns, same priests. And the church was attached to that school. Anyways, my brother became an altar boy. I forget why he joined, and immediately said, hey, there's cash in this. Right? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, there's cash. If you do a funeral mass or a wedding mass, they give the priest an envelope of cash. He gives the head altar boy a taste, and then head altar boy gives the other altar boys a taste.
That's right.
Just like the mob, right?
That's right.
So I was like...
You get a little bit of money,
yeah. And now, so, you know, I mean, cash in those days, it was just like, that seemed like easy money to me.
Yeah.
Right?
How much would you get?
Well, at that time, so the priest probably got 50, my brother got 20, and then, you know, the other altar boys got 5 each, something like. But that's a lot of money in those days,
we would get 10. That was what we got.
Oh, is that what you get? So anyways, the key was the money went up every year, and my brother was like, listen, I'm about to be the head altar boy. You come in, right, under my watch, right? And then I set you up. It's you and me doing all the weddings and the funerals. I'm like, I'm in, right? I'm so in. I was 12, I think, when this plan was laid out to me. I'm like, I'm in. So, and literally, it took off. Like the first week I got a funeral mass and a wedding during the week. So I'm like, this is good. This is great.
Sure.
So now, my brother says there's a funeral. I can't remember the guy's name, but I'll name the names I can name in this story. So me and this Polish friend of my brother says, I can't do this funeral. You want to take it? You'll be the head altar boy for a day. And I'm like, I'm going to get even more money for this dead guy. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So I grabbed this Polish friend of mine whose name I won't say because I think he's still alive. Right?
Okay.
So we go, now we're waiting for Father Donahue. I'm saying his name because he's dead. I didn't kill him, okay? Father Donahue. Father Donahue's saying this mass, and we're backstage in the sanctuary, it's called, but we call it backstage, right? We're backstage, we're all dressed up, we're waiting for Father Donahue, and Father Carmody, who's dead as well, I can say his name, he comes in and says, Father Donahue's gonna be late, about 15 minutes. He takes out the holy wine, he goes, you guys just hang tight, and he leaves. So, yeah. So I'm like, hey, man, like this, isn't it true what they say the priests and nuns have been telling us? If you drink the holy wine, it gets rid of your sins, right? Right? And I'm like, I'm a major sinner at this point.
Yeah, right. You got
So I'm not making up sins when I go to confession. I'm not even telling them the stuff that I'm doing, right? I'm smoking and I'm drinking already, right? So he agrees with me, my Polish friend. So we take a couple hits, and it's like nothing. We take a couple more hits, and a couple more, and then we're like, oh man, we drank so much, we got to fill it up with water to make it look like we didn't drink any, right? So now, and we're not drunk yet. So now here comes Father Donahue. We go start the mass. I'm carrying the big crucifix down the middle aisle. The coffin's in the middle, Irish flag on it, 2 big candles next to it, right? I'm carrying the big crucifix, and my Polish friend is carrying the plate with the host and the wine and stuff on it. And I was fine all the way up with the funeral dirge playing. I was fine. But when you get on the altar, you have to take the big crucifix, turn and face the audience, and put it into the holder, right?
Right, yeah.
And right when I turned like this and went to put it in the holder, I got like, whoa, baby. I missed the holder, and the thing goes over. It hits one of the big candles, which
The
hits
crucifix goes over?
Your crucifix goes over, hits a candle, that hits the flag, and almost sets the flag on fire on top of the coffin. Thank God, Father Carmody runs over, picks up the candle, but like I turn around, now he's getting hit by the wine as well. He drops all the hosts all over up by the altar. So Father Donahue's looking at us like, something's up. And we screwed up the rest of the mass. We were laughing at some of the stuff.
What?
We forgot to ring the bells at the right time.
You gotta ring the bell.
Oh, man. And so when the mass was over, we went backstage again. Father Donahue says, I can't believe you guys were drunk. You're excommunicated. And I say to him, you can't excommunicate it. You're not the Pope.
You're right. You're right. I mean, you're in trouble, but you're right.
But I was right. So I live like blocks away. So me and I said his name. I shouldn't have said
Oh,
his
you
name.
did. That's right.
So we're
We'll
walking
bleep it
home.
out.
We're walking home. It's a few blocks to my apartment, and we know that Father Donahue is going to have called our parents. So by the time I lived in a 3-decker, and we were on the top floor. By the time I came up the porch steps, and I had this whole story in my head, I opened the door, and my mother's like, your father's on his way home from work. You're dead. You're dead. And I'm like, oh, my God. So my father came home from work, and he was pissed, but he said, he can't excommunicate you, only the Pope. And I said, that's what I told him. That's what I told him.
Denis Leary is with us. His show's called Going Back.
I decided to bring in the best hacker I know. What took you so long?
I'm the hacker. So you were just standing behind that door the whole time?
Yeah. Like a theatrical little...
Dramatic, huh?
All right.
All right, let's do it.
High five.
Yeah,
Listen,
let's
guys.
do it.
I'll get Davidson to attend our 4th of July celebration, and just like our forefathers, we are going to liberate ourselves from tyranny. In this case, his tyranny, by stealing the old perv's GPS data.
So let's go extort a 2-star general.
Okay, let's not even say that out loud.
We don't need to do that.
Let's go extort a 2-star general.
That is Denis Leary in Going Dutch. The season finale is tomorrow night on Fox, and then the next day on Hulu. People can catch up with the whole series that they haven't been watching on Hulu.
Yeah. It's all on Hulu.
That's the nice thing
about
about it.
That kid there is fantastic. Well, first of all, Danny.
what's his name?
Danny Pudi.
Danny Pudi, yeah.
From Community and Mythic Quest. Just fantastic. That kid is sort of a discovery. He sent us a tape, and he made us laugh so hard. And then we found out he's from Australia. His name is Hal Cumpston.
Huh.
I'm a huge John Candy fan. I love John Candy.
Yeah?
Yeah, John Candy, man. John Candy, Hall of Fame. And he has that same like swagger, but like that sweetness about him. And we improv a lot on the show.
And that haircut would be allowed in the military?
Well, no, that's the whole thing.
Right.
The premise of the show is that I'm sort of like a modern day General Patton. Like I'm just built for battle, but I insult the Joint Chiefs of Staff in a secret videotape that's made. I basically call out everybody.
You get excommunicated?
I get excommunicated. They send me to a non-combat base where it's all tech whizzes, and that's what he is.
Now,
So-
this base is based on a real base,
Based on a
right?
real base.
Yeah.
This is a base that it got shut down. It was based in the Netherlands. All they did was laundry, right? And for all the 32 other bases, and they delivered the wine and cheese to the other bases.
What?
But because it's in the Netherlands, where prostitution is legal and so are drugs, inevitably it had a black market value.
Sure.
So people were dealing certain things and having a lot of sex on that base. So they shut it down and opened a new base 4 miles away where the same problems are happening.
I see, of course, yeah. You can't
yeah.
just move it 4 miles
Exactly.
away.
So Joel Church Cooper, who's the creator, he did Brockmire with Hank Azaria.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
yeah.
great
It's a
show.
funny show,
He's
yeah.
a brilliant writer. We were very hell-bent on, he writes brilliant stuff, but we want to improvise as well, a lot. So we shoot the pages, but then we improvise. And this kid, Hal Compston, is, it's like he's been doing it for his whole life.
Your
He's
son
22
works
years
on the
old.
show too, right?
Yeah, my son is a producer, and this was his project. He developed this at Fox.
I see.
So my son is like my boss, which is weird.
That is weird,
Yeah.
And also, you shoot the show in Ireland.
Yes.
Which is, a lot of shows are shooting in Ireland now.
Yeah.
And
Great
your parents are from Ireland.
My parents are from very close to each other on 2 farms in Killarney, and they came here by boat in 1950. So imagine, like, for my mother's still alive. She's 98. She remembers everything. She's like, oh my God, like all that whole altar boy story.
She knows that, yeah. And do you have Irish relatives?
I've literally every day on this set, we were there for 4 months. Every day there were at least 15 O'Learys or 10 O'Sullivans every day. And they knew all the crew guys. They're like, oh yeah, I went to school with him. Oh, he dated my friend. Oh yeah.
Are they coming to visit you?
Ostensibly, but not really. You know what I mean? Like they don't care about me.
Really?
They thought it was really cool to see my son, producing something in Ireland. They were really keen on meeting Danny Pudi and Taylor Mishiak, who plays my daughter, who was on Dave. But for my mother, it was a big thing for my mom. She was like, I can't believe that we came to this country so that we could raise a family, and that you're going back there to shoot a TV show.
To get
it's crazy
job
to my
opportunities.
mother.
Yeah, I would imagine it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's
well, it's great to see
yeah.
you. Don't let's.
What,
not,
am I done?
Let's not make it 10 more years.
This is it?
I mean, do you have anything else you would like to share?
I just thought I had a couple other segments, but no, this is fine.
No,
it's all right. I'll see you in 10 years.
Next time when you're here, you let me know.
Yeah.
Denis Leary, everybody. The season finale of Going Dutch tomorrow night on Fox. The next day on Hulu, we'll be back with Marie Nicholson. Guillermo, do you know how many subscribers we have on YouTube now?
20 million.
That's right. Yeah, that's why we're wearing these glasses. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not, help us get to 20,000,001.